Hey guys, Malkuth 1974 coming back at you with an update. Kerbal Space program has been updated to 0.20 and it's a wonderful update. It's actually quite large. It's quite a few different things added and quite a few different surprises added, a few UI changes. Let's go over a few of the lists of things that they have added and then we'll go over it. There's 7 new parts added. Ability to plant flags. There's visual filters now. There's a knowledge base of all the planets and what they are. So let's go over some of that stuff. Show you when you actually start a brand new spanking game. Let's go over the new flags. If you go to start new, you'll see a new option come up. It's over here on the right. It says flag. You click on the flag and you have about 20 options of predefined flags that you can choose from. Now you can also make your own flag and edit your own flag and then add it to the flags folder. I believe it's a flags folder. It's just like a parts folder, anything else. And you can have your own designs. A lot of people on the Reddit forums have been spamming flags for the last month, and I'm pretty sure they're all pretty happy right now. Now we'll go over the flags a little bit later on what they actually do. But let's go into the test world again. Again, you can see the flag right there. First thing I want to show you is some of the UI changes. And if you take a look at the whole satellite screen, it looks a lot different, doesn't it? Well, number one, we have a nice little update here. Year 1, day 1. It gives us the hours, 7 hours, 53 minutes, and 32 seconds. That's a pretty interesting thing. We also have a filtering system, which means that you can filter out what you want to show. Things you can filter out is debris, so you can get rid of debris if you want, probes, rovers, landers, ships, stations, bases, EVAs, that's your Kerbals that are out probably on the moons or planets or whatnot, and the new flag system. How you actually use these is that, as you know, when you actually name your vessel, you right click on it, you have an option of you name your vessel, you can choose what it is, if it's a probe, rover, lander, or whatnot, and that will help you be able to select things. I know in my last Let's Play I had over 40 vehicles and it was very difficult to find everything. This is a very nice added touch to the game. Over here we have 2 new little tabs. And the first tab is called the Info. Gives you nice information on the world, its history, everything basically in Kerbal. It's called the Knowledge Base. And the other part is called the Perimeters. It gives you the radius of the planet, area, mass, gravity, escape velocity, rotational periods. As you guys know, that it takes 6 hours for Kerbal to have a full rotation from night to day and day to night, basically. It's like the 24 hours we have. Atmosphere present, all that great stuff. And it works on all the other planets. If I click on the moon, it'll give me the moon info. If I click on Minmus, double click on it, there we go. Again, we have all the beautiful info. And we want to go out to Val or something it'll give us, or Jewel, sorry. Val's somewhere else. Where the hell is that? I don't know. Somewhere around. Anyway, so that's a nice little added touch to the game. Pretty sure that's going to have to do with the resource system that's coming eventually. Don't know when, but it is coming. Alright, let's go and start doing some spacecrafts. Now, a little unknown added thing that they didn't really talk about, other than the sitting chairs and the flags and everything else. Alright, the best add-on that they've done in 0.20, in my opinion, other than the parts, is this little gem. I want you to watch, pay close attention. I'm gonna go to propulsion. How'd I do that? I didn't add a pod. How did I do that? Well, guess what? Now you can add parts whatever you want. And say I don't like that. Remember in the old days you'd have to actually do a whole new thing? Guess what? I don't like that. I want to use that one. If you guys don't understand the implications of this, let me show you something real quick. Now, pay attention to this part right here. This blacked out stuff means that you can't start with an engine or a part. You actually have to start with a certain part. Makes a little bit sense, like a fuel tank. I'm going to put a fuel tank together. Let's say I just spend hours and hours and hours putting this together instead of minutes. Alright? Bam. That's all fine and dandy. Before we could never save that because we didn't have a pod to it. But now, guess what? We can save it. Call it a lifter. Save it, and it's now in our game. What does that mean? Well, that means that you can pre-make your lifters, anything from your heavy lifters to your medium lifters to your light lifters, and then you can add the package that you want to add to it. You want to add that, or you want to add the second stage, you know. It's pretty interesting what you can do with it if you actually think about it. So that's pretty cool. Now the first part that you lay down is now the main part. So keep that in mind when you are making things, but you can still get rid of it and then you can start all over. Something else, another thing you might have noticed is that we have a new icon up here. It's called the mission flag. Like I showed you at the beginning of starting a whole new game, you can choose your flag. Your custom flag will show up in here and everything else, and then you can choose whatever you want to lay out. So what new parts have we added? Now let's go over some of the new pods we got. We now have the PPD-12 Cupola module. We have the Mark 1 lander can. It's a couple new pro bodies added. The RC-LO1 remote guidance unit and the RC-001S. Now, there are different sizes comparable to the old probo body. So now you have all your different size pro bodies. Another thing they have added is the EAS1 external command seat. Basically what this is it's a outside IVA or EVA, IVA, whatever you want to call it, for a Kerbal. So I've already gone through and I've made the Rover Mover. As you can tell, there's no Kerbal on it. And what that means is that you can make a rover now, and you can actually have just a seat on it with controls. Now, the thing about this part is that it will not launch with a Kerbal in it, so it will launch empty, meaning that if you don't have, say, a pro body on it, you'll get a message saying that if you launch this vessel, you will not be able to control it, all that blah 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 blah. So if you do make a rover and you launch it, you can either have a pro body on it, or you can launch it with a package of, say, like your lander or something. Whatever you guys, I'm sure some people will come up with some pretty interesting things. But I do have an example of this already outside. Let's see if we can get her. There it is. Aha! And there's our Kerbal. He's on it. He's not quite sure what's going on. I think my batteries are dead. Or I got the brakes on. Ah, there we go. So there we go. So. And he can drive around on the planet. Or the moon, or whatever you want. Oh, and oh, come on, save. Oh, face plant. Leave seat. That's alright. You did your test, my friend. We're all set now with you. Okay. Have one more test to show you. Let's see what I've done with it. Test station. Now, if you guys are wondering what those the new insides of those new pods look like, I'm going to show you. That's the small lander can, and that's the cupola. Now, inside the cupola, I have this one guy, and this is what it looks like. It's got some notes there for you. You can look around. Pretty nice. And the other guy is in here. And I think this is a really, really nice cockpit right here. Couple notes, software glitch, update before flight. Don't forget. I think I forgot. It's a pre-checklist. Now, something I'm a little bit disappointing, or I'm not quite sure of, is that I also launched this with this, and I could have sworn that this is supposed to have its own IVA, but I can't, he's not showing up in the list here, so I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to get that there. I can do a test to see if it's actually there. Let's see. I know that they were working on a IVA cockpit for this Hitchhiker system, and I need to see if it actually works. If it's a bug that we can't actually get into it or not. Board. Alright. The only thing I can think, yeah, see, it's not showing up at all. So I'm guessing that they didn't add it to this one yet. It looked like it was done, so I don't know why they didn't add it. But anyway, so let's go over some other parts they have added. So the parts they have at least listed, at least. Let me add something out here. There we go. And the utility. One of the new things they have added is the Clampotron Senior. And all that is a bigger docking clamp for your bigger vessels. The regular docking clamp, you know, fits that kind. And this docking clamp, that's the wrong piece. Fits that kind. Now, of course, there's no 3mm parts in the default Kerbal, so this is only a 2mm, I believe, 2.5mm. So, yeah. Anyways, it's a great addition, and it is well needed. It's supposed to be a more sturdy thing and help us put our space stations together. What else have we added? Let's take a look. They've added another wheel. This is classified as a medium-sized wheel. We'll show it right here, and we'll show the other 3 wheels off. That's large. That's that size, and of course we have the little teeny wincy one. Where'd it go? There it is. There you go. The new wheels that they have added. Pretty awesome. And I'm pretty sure that is it. That's what you would think, but I think they forgot to mention one new part that they have added that none of us can actually might not notice, but I did. I noticed it right off. It's called the Rocco Max Skipper Liquid Engine. It's got a max power of 650, ISP at sea level of 300, ISP and vacuum at 350. Now this one is directly in between the Rocco Max mainsail and your smaller LV T45s and the LV T30. So these are the smaller ones. This is your mainsail, and this is your medium one. A lot of people probably use this to get you your last oomph into orbit if you have a bigger than usual cargo. Now let's go check out one of the last things, one of the coolest things that a lot of people have been extremely happy about. And we got to go to the moon and check out our Kerbals. As always, we landed on the moon, And we crashed her. But that's okay, because we came here for one reason and one reason only. That's right, to plant our flag. You can name your flag. You can put a plaque text on it. On this particular one is that launched first to get the flag on the moon. Of course, they crashed. You can still see their dried, old, wrinkly skin in their space suits today if you visit the site. So there you go. The flag planting. And of course, if you want to take it down, which we won't, you have the option to take it down, or you can read the plaque and it looks just like this. Launch first to get on the flag. We already went through the whole thing. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Okay guys, as always, this is Malkuth 1974. Thanks for watching. I hope you have fun playing. Subscribe, comment, and rate helps out the channel. Malkuth out.